Hello, I am the rough-faced girl. My story begins in my village by the shores of Lake Ontario. There's a wigwam in my village that is a home of the very great, powerful, and handsome invisible being. No one can see him but his sister, and all of the women want to marry him, but she says that only the one who can see him can marry him. I live with my father and my two older sisters. We are very poor. My two older sisters make me sit by the fire and feed the flames. When the burning branches pop, the sparks fall on me. Now my hands and arms are burnt and scarred. My face is marked by the fire and my hair is ragged and charred. People say that I am ugly, and that is why I am called the rough-faced girl. One day, my two older sisters went to my father, demanding that he provide them with necklaces, new buckskin dresses, and pretty beaded moccasins so they could impress the invisible being in the hopes of marrying him. His sister was there to meet my two older sisters once they reached the invisible being's wigwam. Because they hadn't actually seen the invisible being before, my sisters failed to answer her questions. My sisters insisted that they be given another chance to convince her that they have in fact seen the invisible being, so his sister allowed them to enter the wigwam. But because they still could not see the invisible being, she dismissed them, and eventually they came home without success. The next day, I went to ask my father for nice clothes, but all that he had left was some little broken shells and his old and stretched out pair of moccasins from last year, which were much too big for me. But I didn't mind and thanked my father for everything that he had so kindly given to me. I decided to string together a necklace of broken shells and strip the birch bark from the dead trees to make a cap, dress, and leggings. I carved pictures of the sun, moon, stars, plants, trees, and animals on my clothes, and although they were still too big and flapped as I walked, I was able to soak the moccasins in lake water to soften them and mold them to fit my feet better. People in the village pointed and stared at me as I began my journey. They said that I was ugly and that my clothes were strange. They kept telling me that I would never marry the invisible being. Will I marry the invisible being? Keep reading The Rough-Faced Girl as narrated by Rafe to find out if I ever meet the invisible being himself.